चल।
Hello guys, what's up? Today we have another match, Real Madrid versus Real Sociedad. Along with me, I have the great Iron from Soccer Talk. What's up?
Hi, Retro. It's again a great opportunity to be here, and I really hope that this match is not a stalemate like we witnessed last time. So, how's it going, Retro? What can you say about this game now? We have just 3 minutes left on the clock for the game to begin.
I'm very excited for this fixture and I was looking forward to this because I'm quite worried about this match for Real Madrid's future and also for Barcelona's future. So, as a Real Madrid fan, I hope the best for my team. But we have to stay neutral today. So, Hala Madrid. And what's your take on this match?
Well, to say it's a pretty important match considering that Barca dropped points last this week, this midweek, and we have to Real Madrid have to make sure that they capitalize on that. So far this season, that hasn't been the case. Like whenever Barcelona have dropped points, Real have not really been able to follow up on that. But today, we really need to hope that Real really, scratches the surface, really gets their play going, so that if they win, they need to capitalize on this advantage that has been gifted by Barcelona. They really need to. Otherwise, it's going to be a pretty interesting title race and a pretty big twist on what has been an amazing La Liga season.
That's for sure, I couldn't agree less. And what's your prediction for today's game?
Uh, as you said earlier, that we have to stay neutral, but my blood runs red and blue as for a Barca fan. I hope that Real Madrid suffer a setback. Maybe a draw would be nice, but yeah, I think it's gonna be a draw. It's gonna be a good draw, an exciting draw to say the least. A 2-2 draw would absolutely be exhilarating, and we would actually be treated a visual treat for us if both these teams actually show up to play such a great game.
Okay, so as a Barca fan, that's a very honest prediction from your side. From my side, it's going to be either 2-0 to Real or 2-1 to Real because our defense might be sloppy in some time. So, future's gonna tell and time's gonna tell what's gonna happen. Also, interesting thing, Hazard is not playing, so they're kind of relying on a. I'm not sure. I think they'll play James as a right winger.
Yeah, that is pretty strange. I have to agree. Ham is not really a forward of sorts. He's basically an attacking midfielder playing behind the forwards. So let's see how he fares today, given that he hasn't exactly had a very good return to the club since his return from the loan deal at Bayern Munich. But we have to hope that both these teams show up after as it can be an amazing clash at the Anoeta. So, friends, we're just about to begin, and we hope that you will be staying with us live. And yes, we have begun. The Sociedad had left the ball rolling. Well,
Let's go.
had earlier moments in the game, but Real Madrid are pressing pretty high, trying to trying to catch Sociedad on the break, but no, Sociedad gives the long ball and loses it anyway.
Okay, so it's pretty interesting the first few seconds of the game. Courtois having two touches already pretty interesting. So I think Real Madrid will work on the basis like of possession and counter attacks.
Well, they have to. Like by the looks of it, they just lose the ball again pretty cheaply. But it's all the opening exchanges of the game. I think I have to say that some of the players have played the whole 90 minutes in the past three games, and that would be enough to make them feel comfortable.
That's for sure. And we're seeing Real Madrid in the attacking position. Marcelo on the wing passes to Vinicius. Vinicius with his pace. Benzema. Benzema switching the side to Carvajal. Carvajal gets beaten absolutely by the defender, and it's quite awkward. The defender's trying to defend the ball so weirdly. It's a bit of a mess on the right hand side. Valverde
They really need.
crosses. Oh, and almost a really good attempt by Real Madrid. Vinicius again with the bad shooting, but let's hope for the best, and I think he can score.
Well, yes. If one thing that can be said about Vinicius that though he's a very good dribbler, pacey, but he really isn't the best when it comes to finishing, isn't it?
That's for sure. But he's only a teenager as of now. A lot of great things to come ahead in the future. Let's hope so. And by the future, I mean this match too. Let's hopefully, as a Real Madrid fan, I can see one or two goals from his side. And I
Yes.
think, yeah, that's for sure. And Valverde is really working hard in this match. 2 minutes already, and his work rate is just phenomenal.
Well, really to see him back in the midfield role after he started as a winger against Valencia, and it wasn't really a good performance from him against Valencia, wasn't it?
Not for sure. I think he was the lowest rated player on the pitch wearing white. It was quite disappointing to see him play so low after so many successful games, and hopefully he can turn this match into a success for Real.
Well, it looks by the looks of it, Real are looking pretty comfortable and pretty smart with the ball, but they lose it again. James Rodriguez gives it back to the Sociedad defenders. But look at the pressing. The pressing is phenomenal. But Sociedad also knows how the way to get around the press, and they build again. Well, Arito, I have to say, Odegaard is really the man to watch out for this Real Madrid team. He can turn the game in a blink of an eye. Like a Real Madrid loanee, as of now, he really can. He really has the ability to impact the game in such a manner that will surely leave Real hanging sometimes.
That's for sure. In the Copa del Rey, he just amazed us with his performance. And after his performance, I got only some things to say. I want him in my club again. And it was sad we lost him earlier in the few years, but I want to see him back in white. Let's hope that happens, and let's hope he doesn't score any goals this match.
That's a pretty big if, I have to say, but I have to say Real Madrid are looking the better team in these opening 4 minutes. They have been the better side. They are the ones who look likely to score first. But football is a very very tricky game. Things can change in just a minute, in a blink of an eye. Here, Sosa pressing really high, but Marcelo does really well to get away from this. A low cross, but
I
not
just love Marcelo's turn. It was so creative, like that full 180-degree turn. Absolutely magnificent from Marcelo.
well, I have to agree to that. The Brazilian was really experiencing a turmoil season last year when Cristiano Ronaldo left for Juventus. But now I think under Zinedine Zidane, he really has found his style of play and his confidence back.
That's for sure. I think he and Vinicius can form a deadly Brazilian duo on the left, and I hope to see great things from them in this match.
Well, we surely hope so to see them combine and get a few goals. And Sociedad are really now threatening on the transition. Odegaard with the ball, a few little step overs there, and Sociedad are building up nicely now. Real Madrid really need to close the spaces down, and when they do, they need to counter attack as fast as they can because this Sociedad team is pretty ruthless, especially at home.
That's for sure. I see, I see Sociedad knocking the ball around very nicely. That's for sure. And I don't see a high press from Real Madrid, which is quite weird. In the first opening minutes, I see Real always high pressing, but this kind of press is not the one we saw in earlier stages. Real Madrid winning the ball again with a through ball, but ends up intercepted. Now Sociedad on the attack.
Some wonderful passing from Sociedad, I really have to say, but it's not really happening right now. Both teams not exactly bringing out their best.
And what a beautiful save by Courtois. He just saved to the fullest extent, to the fullest angle, and that's what we want. And I just saw that Courtois had such a wonderful season, such a wonderful comeback after all the criticism he faced.
Yeah, I have to compliment the Belgian. He has been superb this season, and it is undoubtedly it goes without saying that he is a very vital part of why Real Madrid are one of the best defensive teams in Europe this season, have conceded only 20 goals in La Liga this year. But it's all down to that good defensive duties from Sergio Ramos, Rafael Varane, and a wonderful combination of Thibaut Courtois. Now Valverde runs ragged down the wing, but it's cut out by a Sociedad defender, and Sociedad
And a
starts
through
the
ball with
attack up there.
Sociedad, that seems dangerous. And no, that ends up intercepted by Real Madrid. What a wonderful through pass though. Like, I have to salute their creativity. And I see Valverde as a right winger this match too. And I see James taking Valverde's role in usual matches, such as the cam spot, and Valverde again starting on the right wing. Do you think he should have changed his position after like taking a look at the last match?
Well, considering the last match, Valverde, like you said, it wasn't his best performance. It wasn't even a good performance from him. But I think Zidane really learned from his mistakes against Valencia, putting Valverde out on the wing. And now it seems like he really is in control of the game. He really is affecting the game as he wants to, like from the middle, sometimes dragging the defenders wide. And I think he Valverde can really, really, like Odegaard, be the vital cog in this Real Madrid machine.
That's for sure. And now we can see Sociedad with the passing in their own box. They're taking their time. And I'm just really scared about one thing. Sociedad has very good breakthrough through balls. We can see all creative midfielders all around one of them as we're talking Odegaard. So the young and creativeness in this team is just phenomenal. That's why I'm a bit scared for Real today.
Well, yes, I have to agree. But Sociedad, Real have been the team that has been, looking more comfortable when they have the ball and more assured to get the next goal. But the Real Madrid, they need to press high again. It has been a bit damn pressing from them in the minutes after the opening exchanges. They really need to go. That's a brilliant turn, and Sociedad were trying to break, but good defensive duties from Rafael Varane.
That's a beautiful turn, I have to say. Now Sociedad looking real dangerous. Still they have the possession. I can't figure out who's the better side in the first 10 minutes. Both teams equally deadly at the moment.
You know, so this is, to be honest, this is what we said about Sevilla and Barcelona, and that did not end well in terms of number of goals. Uh, well, it is still pretty early, and but I really have to know that the Real Madrid are not looking like themselves at the moment. It's Sociedad who has taken control, who is now dominating possessions and play with the centre forward Isak really, really running things ragged.
That's for sure. And we see a free kick. So, what do you think? This free kick will result in a cross or he will take it direct from here?
Well, I no, it has to be a cross. It's way too far out from the goal. But I really haven't seen Odegaard on free kicks this season, so I don't know what he has up his sleeve. No, I think it's blocked.
It's blocked. It was a
And
set piece by them, but it was shattered by some technical issues. And I'm also scared about the Sociedad's set pieces. I've heard that they're pretty crazy and pretty successful. We can see both the managers instructing their fellow players. Real Madrid's Zinedine Zidane in the cool form, and Real Sociedad's manager swinging up hands.
yeah, he really is looking to energize the team and move the team forward. The Real Sociedad manager, but Zidane, looking as cool as ever, trying to motivate the team to play some good passes forward. As of now, they're playing sideways, but good. It has been a good spread of pressing from Sociedad. As you see, they've covered every blade of grass, and not it's not really active from Real right now. Like I said, they're looking pretty damp. They really need to play those forward passes more frequently, and that's a good ball.
That's a
That's a
good
good
ball.
ball. Vinicius is through.
Vinicius is
Vinicius is
through.
through.
Vinicius
Can he
has
put a
crazy
ball and finish it?
pace.
Oh,
No, he gets put to the
he,
ground. Wait, is that a pen? Was that a foul? I don't think so. That was a foul.
it's pretty unclear. Even Vinicius really made a run for the ball. He latched onto it, but in the box, I think it wasn't a tackle. It was a fair tackle, but it seems a bit unclear to me. I have to say I can't say whether it was a penalty or not, but it seemed pretty unclear.
Vinicius with the crazy pace, like that kind of pace really excites me and puts a lot of eyes on the match. He's such a teenager and he sprints so well. I think his kind of running reminds me of Mbappe with Ronaldinho
No,
skills.
he slipped. I have to say he slipped on the D there, but
Yep.
let's keep moving. Real Madrid.
Now it's a foul, and they start by taking the quick free kick, passing in the defense.
They
Cruz,
are
Cruz to Ramos. Ramos looking for a long ball, sends it
yes.
through, but
Now
Carvajal heads
against
it, and then was it outside? Maybe it was. And also we can see Real Madrid playing away, so that's for the first time I think after the lockdown eased and La Liga restarted. So let's see how will their performance go in the away ground.
well, yes. So far we haven't really got the glimpses of the real Real Madrid that we have been seeing for the past two matches. That they really dominate the ball and getting those chances flowing. But yes, I think they will come back in the scheme of things, and that
That's a
was a
good
good
ball,
ball by Casemiro,
but
but
intercepted.
intercepted.
That was a good interception. He slid into it, no worries, and absolute class. Marcelo puts it to Casemiro. Ramos looking forward to switch sides, puts it to Varane to Carvajal, and that's a bit of a technical glitch from our side. We're sorry for that. And Ramos to Marcelo, but Marcelo, what was that? What was that? Was it a deflection? I wasn't clear about that. Now Ramos looking forward. I'm really surprised by Real Sociedad's high press. Like it's quite impressive.
Yes, and the cross is delivered into the box. Sociedad collects it. Oh,
Odegaard with the
and
shoot, but that's blasted off his
it
boot.
goes wide.
Is that the
But
first shot of the match?
that is a surprising 15 minutes in, attacking teams on display. But it is the first shot of the match is not even on target. Uh, so it seemed the first shot from Sociedad, my pardon. But you know, it's not really been good sailing from both those teams. And that was a woeful pass back from Carvajal, but Ramos did well to get back to court. Now Marcelo in
Marcelo,
possession.
Marcelo to Vinicius, Vinicius to Cruz. Cruz finds a wonderful through ball, but it did not end up and gets intercepted.
I think it was a high boot now
Yep,
from a Sociedad player and gets a yellow
gets a yellow.
for that.
It
It was pretty. It was. I'm pretty unsure about how that was a yellow. I'm not sure whether Zubeldia really deserved that yellow
yeah, I
card.
have
Oh,
the
I
same
think it was
thoughts.
high boot. It was a high boot, but Casemiro also did enough to suggest his innocence right there.
Casemiro took classes from Neymar back in Brazil, and Benzema back to Cruz. Marcelo,
Real Real Madrid looking to unlock this turn. Real Sociedad does a wonderful ball, but intercepted again from Sociedad. Now Sociedad looking to counter. That's wonderful mark from Martin Odegaard. Now trying to run ragged down the wing, but good defensive duties from Sergio Ramos again. He has been, when it comes to underrated players, I have to say Sergio Ramos is one of them.
that's for sure.
It is. It is we may associate him with those dirty challenges and breaking off the way he damaged Sir Mo Salah's arm back in 2018 Champions League final. But he's more than that, isn't he? He is a wonderful defender, and we just don't recognize that side of him.
That's the thing. You're just listening to a Barcelona fan who said that right now. He has watched quite a few Real Madrid games and he knows the quality of Ramos. So I think we need to like upscale his quality a bit more than Virgil van Dijk.
Look at that ball. This is
What a
what I was
ball!
saying. Wonderful boss, but doesn't quite reach Carvajal. And yes, Sarito, as you were saying, I need it's pretty sad to be honest that the way we appreciate Matthias Delict, though the youngster is in his developing years, not really the level on the most experienced defenders are. Ramos really is underrated. He really is. He needs, if he gets appropriate feedback, appropriate, his rating is certainly not appreciated enough, to be honest. But
That's for sure.
I think it has to change. It has to change. We have to see him more than what just to be a hustly tackler, just trying to injure players all the time.
Also, one more thing, Ramos is the perfect player to start the attack from the back. Like, I haven't seen, since all those years, I haven't seen a better player to start the attack from the back. He's just wonderful from the back. His long balls and his. And he makes errors. It's not that he doesn't make errors, but those are minimal errors, and each defender and each human can make an error. And we see
Well,
the ball up, and I. Good
did
header
not
by
get it
Casemiro.
back. Oh, that's a foul. That's a
That's a foul.
foul on Casemiro again.
Casemiro is really at the center of the park, controlling most of the things, taking Cruz's role. No, that like he's kind of playing in the Cruz position. I like that. Casemiro is a good player, and he can be deployed in attack as well as defense. And things don't look so good for him. He's been
Yeah,
hit.
he is in a bit of spot of bother there, and but I think he'll be okay to continue. He really is one of the fittest players in La Liga after Gerard Piqué and Ter Stegen, and he really is. He has great resistance to injury. And here we go again. Play restarts. The Brazilian seems fine, and we hope so that he goes on for the whole 90 minutes.
Ramos with the turn back and sends it to Courtois. Courtois finds a player.
Oh, that's a wonderful ball.
That's a
That's a
ball.
wonderful ball. Vinicius should catch onto it, and he does. Now Real Madrid are on the front foot. Vinicius with a little bit of trickery, but
Nice try by him.
Sociedad gets it away.
I just love it how he gets the ball every time. I just love it. Like I see a young Ronaldinho in front of him, like in front of my eyes. It's just wonderful to see him touch the ball every single time.
Well, yes, now Varane starting the attack from behind. James Rodriguez, I
Yes,
think he really needs to get on the ball more. James, it's not him. It's not like him. He's a midfielder, I think. But I really don't, get why Zidane started him as a right winger, and that's a good
that's a
ball
good ball,
again. And
and it
James
gets
should get there.
deflected.
Not
Hamas
get
should
there.
get there. Hamas with
That's
the
a poor ball.
cross. It's a
It's
poor
a
ball.
poor ball. It's a very poor ball. It should have been better.
Hamas
He
has
had
to
that
prove himself.
fix.
Like he has to prove himself today, or he will be out. His future just depends on this match. His fate depends on this match. He has to increase his quality.
Well, there is a debate whether it's a corner, but now we get the replay of how Porto really punt a long ball forward to Vinicius. That was absolutely wonderful.
That's true.
Vinicius looking a bit rusty there, though really challenging the Sociedad defense. He hasn't started any of the previous two games, and that rustiness is acceptable, I have to say.
Yep, and also some inexperienced wingers have that trustiness. So, from my personal experience, I play as a winger, and when I play football after some months, then I'm also not sure what should I do at the wing. So, same case might have as well been with Vinicius. He might have been confused how to be the defender.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree. Many of these players are starting for the first. Some players are starting for the first time in their preferred positions, such as Vinicius Junior and James Rodriguez. But what do you think about the front line today of Real Madrid? It doesn't seem all rosy there. Benzema, James, and Vinicius. What do you think? I don't think it's a very good combination.
All I gotta say is just wait for the second half for the magic to happen. You know, Zidane is so unpredictable, and I like that unpredictableness. It just puts team into crumbles. Like teams plan like it will be a Hazard, Asensio, Bale startup, but you know, Zidane with the absolute like he is a genius. His unpredictableness is just wonder class.
Well, I have to agree. The way he handles games and matches, even during his in-game, decisions are pretty clear, and they're useful. They make the substitutions he makes an impact. And though it is an understatement that Zidane is actually not a good tactical manager. Uh, you might have heard multiple times in the past that Zidane not really the best of the tactical managers out there, and I agree. To be honest, I agree. He's not the best tactically, or he's not even flexible in his tactical situations. Though, but he is really, really advanced in his game management. The way he handles games, simple tactics, simple changes that really turn the game in the favor of Real Madrid.
All I've got to say is, if a manager wins you games, that's enough. If he wins you titles, that's enough. So that's one for me.
Well, based on that theorem, Arithro, I have to say Valverde was good then. But that really wasn't the case. But that's the thing. He improves players as well. I have to say, Zidane really improves his players. He really handles them well in game and in training. And that is wonderful to see. And we get to see a bit humor from James Rodriguez as he trips over
That's so
the
true.
media board at the sideline. Now Sociedad getting the ball back, but seeing at the more tactical side of this game, I have to say that Sociedad are crowding the center of midfield and really looking to suffocate Real Madrid.
That's for sure. And Courtois with the long ball again. Let's see who he finds. Try to find Vinicius again, but doesn't work. So that's the thing. Courtois has good balls too. I am a fan of Ter Stegen's long balls. Let's see what Courtois has for the plate for all Real Madrid fans.
The Sociedad now building out from the back but losing it again. Uh, it really has been the story of the game so far. Both teams not really looking adamant to take those bold steps forward because they know if they do it, they can be caught on the counter, which none of them really wants to face in this game.
And Courtois again looking forward, but nope, finds Varane. Varane back to Courtois and Sergio Ramos. Now Courtois again. A lot of back passes in the box. Finds the head of Valverde, but they lose possession. Sevilla looking forward to start their attack. Odegaard.
Odegaard really looking comfortable in the center of midfield. He knows it's like an audition for him for next year if he wants to succeed at Real Madrid.
And
And
that's offside. I just love the way they are doing one twos. Sociedad. I just love it. Actually, I hate to break it down to us, but they might have been the better side right now.
well, yeah, I agree, but both teams are not at their best as of now. They really are looking very damp and not really interested to break the lines of defense. And here, another foul on Carvajal this time for Oyarzabal. And it's a pretty damn game. I have to say, it's not really working out for both sides. They're defending well, both teams. Their interceptions are amazing. Now Real Madrid is challenging. Can they get a cross in? But no, blocked by a Sociedad defender. Again, it's not like they're not even trying to get those balls in. They're not even trying to break the defense. But
That's for sure. And we see a corner. So will it be a short corner or will it be a straight head? I think whenever Cruz touches his boots or his socks, it's a short corner. And if it's not the case, it's a long ball, and it's a long ball here, but doesn't clearly find any buddy of the blue shirt. Marcelo with a beautiful skill. Marcelo brought down to the ground. Wait, was that a foul? I'm pretty confused.
No, that it wasn't. It wasn't exactly a foul. I don't think so. But Ramos was shouting for something. I think it was whether the offside flag or yeah. Let me see the replay here. No, it wasn't a foul. I don't think it wasn't a foul because Marcelo took a shot
That's the
at the
case.
goal, and that was intercepted by the goalkeeper.
But also the Sociedad defender putting his thigh on Marcelo. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure of the decision.
Seems seems a bit unclear of how the decision, how the referee hasn't been good in this match, and that's a wonderful sliding tackle from Toni Kroos, and Real Madrid start the counter. They have multiple people forward, but
Casemiro with a
James
wonderful
Rodriguez
pass to
struggled.
Rodriguez. Looks like he, come on, man. You need to be fast at those counter attacks. He just completely destroyed it. Long ball for Vinicius. Vinicius gets the ball and he's brought down. It's a foul. Pretty ruthless one to say the least, and he faces a yellow card.
Winger, control with the chest.
Well, I think it's a free kick, and Cruz is standing over it. No, it's going to be James Rodriguez. That's a strange sight. That is really a strange sight. But James bends one in, but cleared away by Sociedad, and that wasn't a great volley either from Federico Valverde. Sociedad now knocking the ball around nicely, trying to build up. It really hasn't been anything substantial in this game. It has been pretty damp, pretty slow. It really needs some
I
changes.
mean,
There
that
really
was
needs to
all.
be more activity in the center of the park. It is really not happening for either of the teams.
And we see Sociedad starting their attack, but Cruz finds a tackle. He puts up a hand. I think he puts it for deflection and he gets it right. Caro and Nacho Monreal looks pretty confused. And James faces a deflection and it's out.
Well, now it's a cooling break for the in the match. It's a cooling break for 2 minutes, and we will also take a short break, and we will return after a minute. Thank you. Well, we are back from the cooling break. It really is soaring temperatures in Spain right now, and we are back underway. Well, I really need to say that these cooling breaks are really important for these players. It is pretty humid there in Spain, and you know the cooling breaks are pretty important for players to gather more insight from the managers, to get a bit more insight on how they can affect the game, how they can change the game. But as of now, I don't. The opening exchanges again after the cooling break, it has been pretty sloppy. It is pretty sloppy. I'm not really enjoying this game of football as of now. It is way too sloppy, way too slow, and it really is giving memories of the game in England earlier today, which was against Liverpool and Everton. Liverpool could have won it, but they drew against Everton. Now they have to wait to win against Man City. But here is Real Madrid countering on break with Benzema, and that's a good save. That's a really good save and cleared by Real Sociedad. Well, it was the first good looking attack from Real Madrid. It really was. They need to take more advantage of the chances have been few and far in between. Now James Rodriguez on the ball. Passes it to Cruz, who's trying to look for options. Marcelo, Real Madrid really upping the tempo here. Back to Ramos. Again, they start to build up from the back. Back to Varane. It's now to Sergio Ramos. Ramos pings a long ball wide to Marcelo, and he receives it well but gives it away. Now, okay, there's a lot of space for Real Sociedad to exploit now, and wonderful. Real Sociedad is on the break. Real Sociedad need to score. They can score, but no, it's not happening. It's not happening. And out again. Real Sociedad brings the ball back out from the back. Real Sociedad now trying to build out from the back. Beautiful play, beautiful triangles from them, but no. Real Madrid now countering at speed. Vinicius heading away from the defenders, and he's still going on. He's still going on. He's carrying on like Arithro said earlier. He plays like Ronaldinho, and we're back. And Casemiro for a long shot, but no save in the hands of the keeper. Can Real Madrid, they build the tempo. They are playing at speed, but the momentum breaks down so quickly
The teams that
that
have
really
come
drags all the energy out from the attack. Now Sociedad passing around the ball pretty nicely, setting up a good possession spell from them. Now Real Madrid pressing a bit conservatively, but again a stupid long ball, not really necessary, not really required at the moment, and Sociedad lose the ball again. Mr. Rodriguez battling for the ball, but no, he is tackled and it is not getting him anywhere.
Rodriguez's performance today looks Rodriguez's performance today looks pretty sad, to be honest, and I just hope that he might have put more creativity in the team.
Yeah, I think Isco could have been a better option to go for even on the wing. I
That's
have
true.
to say that.
Yeah, and you can see Benzema's effort, but Benzema's effort was nice, like left foot. Like I think he tried the best he could, and let's hope we can get more chances like that. And now they're on the free kick. Let's see what they have to offer.
Sociedad really looking dangerous now, and they pings the ball out wide but cleared away by Benzema.
Nice clearance from Benzema.
Now, oh, it's a counter attack. Vinicius is running forward, but defender gets there. It now the match is starting to turn up a bit, and we really need to see some more action from these two teams. It has been pretty damp, as I am saying that again and again. It is not a great match. It's not a great sight to watch. But Marcelo, oh, that's wonderful. That was absolutely world class. But Cruz can't get there. It's some magical Brazilian samba right there, but not really affecting the game in the end. Odegaard, like I said, has been affecting the game with a bit of calmness of his possession and turning this cruise in midfield. Now he has a bit of space to exploit, and now he passes out to the left back. And Sociedad trying to maintain possession if they can create some chances. That's again out to the wing, back to the defender. Sociedad trying to maintain a good spell of possession. They are able to do so, but a bit forward passes are needed. It's not even 1% like the game of Barca against Sevilla, where both teams were going head to head until half time, and even after the half, it was pretty good from both sides, really dominating the proceedings. But here it is a bit damp, it is slow, it's not really affecting the game at all.
That's
And
so
now
true.
Sociedad really looking energetic, and it's a cross. It's not again. It's blocked. The cross is blocked,
James.
and not really happening for anyone.
As yesterday, we can't see both the
Well,
teams really
I have
good.
to say, 40 minutes in, pretty boring stuff from both teams. Not really affecting it anyhow, but they
That's
need
so
to
true.
ramp up. They
I
need to ramp
think,
it up.
y-
It's
yeah.
boring.
So I think they're both lacking the final thirds, just as we saw in the last match in Sevilla with Barcelona. So it's the same thing. They're lacking the final third. I think in the second half everything will change. Like we saw in the last Real Madrid match, where it was Valencia versus Real. So in second half all the things were done. So I expect Real Madrid to like step up their game in the second half.
Well, they have to, Erythro. They have to. It's been it's not even been the efficiency. The problem is not the efficiency in this final third. It's been the creation of chances. They're not even getting to the final third. The Sociedad, if I don't know what their game plan is today, but if the plan was to crowd the midfield and stop Real Madrid from having breaking uh, making those through passes, I think then they're pretty much succeeding in their mission. But otherwise, I don't know. I don't know. It's the possession is pretty damp. Really not looking to affect the game. Losing balls consistently. Pardon. So not really a good sight.
I really see Sociedad not playing defensive. Like most of the teams, when they have a fixture with Real Madrid, they like go into full defensive mode. But Sociedad is just like surprising us with their attacks and their strong midfield. So that might be the
It
tactic they
really
have
are
to adopt.
they're overcrowding the midfield. They're not letting Real Madrid really break the lines. That's what forcing Real Madrid to go out wide time and time again. But there, then they cover up fast with their fullbacks, and that's a wonderful ball. No, this is where Sociedad really affects the game as they want to. But again, it's an interception. Not really affect. All these factors are coming into play first. They're not even playing some enough breaking lines. They're not breaking lines enough, and then the inefficiency in the final third. It's all the factors when they combine together. Makes us a pretty damn game. Okay, that's good tempo from Real Madrid. Now it's the through the Real Madrid can score here, but again cross is blocked, and they will go back again. Now Valverde keeps the ball in place, brings the cross inside, and cleared by Sociedad to Marcelo now. Marcelo trying to drive at speed, brings a deep cross in again. It is cleared by the defender, and Sociedad are countering. It's a 2v2 situation, but Casemiro gets in the way. Brilliant defending from the
Zidane's team
Brazilian,
push.
and Real Madrid start the attack again. Arithro, if you can see, James Rodriguez is playing as the midfielder like we hoped. Is playing as a midfielder, playing behind the forward line, and he's playing much more. He's being much more involved than we saw him throughout this opening half, and it seems pretty good, isn't it?
That's for sure. And I think things have been better since he has seen this position over there. Vinicius
Well,
also,
yeah,
I'm like impressed with Vinicius runs. Like I can see that he fills the void of Eden Hazard perfectly. Like this only the difference of Hazard and Vinicius is I can see Hazard is more clinical, but I think with time, Vinicius can be the better
Vinicius,
option.
Vinicius goes and
Oh,
shoots,
shoots!
but it's blocked by the keeper, and it offside. The flag is raised against Benzema. But I think that was a good improvement from Real Madrid again.
Sure.
Vinicius really testing the Sociedad defense from out wide.
I like the turn that Vinicius did from the left to right and then he shot. Like, he just needs to improve his shooting accuracy. Like, we have seen Ronaldo from that position. Like, he scores 10 out of 10 times. I just wish Vinicius could have like achieved the abilities of Ronaldo, and it would have been a superb goal.
Well, I agree. During the lockdown, he really, through his Instagram post or his social media post, we really saw how hard this young man was working to get the best out of him physically, and that. But unfortunately, he really needed to work on his finishing a bit. But okay, I think that will come in. That will come with time. As you said, he's pretty young. He really has a lot of games to play and a lot of more potential to be unlocked. And I think when that happens, when this man really reaches his peak, I think it will be a joyous sight to see him play. But now Sociedad really handling possession well, really handling the possession well. But uh, Real got the ball back and they start the attack.
Like, I've seen Sociedad like handling the possession very nicely. Most of the clubs fail to handle the high press of Real Madrid, but either it's a case that Real Madrid are not pressing high enough or they're handling it too well.
Well, it's a combination of both things. I have to say,
That's
I
true.
think that's a very good point you made there. It's a combination of both the things, but so far Real Madrid has felt surprisingly flat in the first half itself. But as you know, the last few games have showed us that Real Madrid really roared back in the second half with a few changes from Zidane. And I hope so to see more in the second half because I'm pretty sure that this half is gonna end goalless. Though I would hope for a late, first half drama, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna end goalless.
Yep. I have the same thoughts too, but who won't love Real Madrid Ramos 45 plus 3 goal?
Like it has been in the old times. I agree. I agree.
And we see James brought down by Porto.
Good ball from Casemiro. Now James looking more comfortable in the central position that we talked about earlier in this match. That's a wonderful ball. James is out on the wing. Somebody needs to get in the box and fast, and that's a beautiful ball in. But Benzema just can't reach it. But good touch from Federico Valverde. Keep the ball in Vidal's possession. And again, Real Madrid now starting to affect the game. They know they need to do now. Carvajal on the wing. He, that's a good cross in, a bit bulldozed all the way over to Marcelo. It was a good block, good hand by the Sociedad keeper. Real Madrid trying to find a way through this resolute Sociedad defense, really hoping to get those men, get the balls going. But so far, again blocked, and Marcelo plays back to Ramos. Now Marcelo to Varane to Sergio Ramos, Ramos to Marcelo with a beautiful ball in, and now a pretty bad through ball to Vinicius. It is like I said, even these 2 minutes have been showing the same thing that we've been talking about for the past 45 minutes. That it is pretty damn. They're not getting anywhere. They're playing too slow. They have been very slow. But look at that pace from Federico Valverde to get there. But Sociedad defender was in position to clear the danger away. Again and again, I keep saying that this is not the game we expected as it kicked off 45 minutes ago. It's not the same game. They're not even on the same page, not even looking to attack. But Sociedad with a wonderful spell of possession, but again lose the ball. They just lose the ball. It's not even accurate. It's not even
Why
precise. to see Sociedad playing this way, and the referee calls for half time. So it's 45 minutes. Throughout these 45 minutes, it has been pretty boring. It really hasn't got going. I have to say, it has been pretty damp, and both the teams really need to ramp it up. They both are wonderful teams, especially when they attack. The Sociedad really depends more on possession, and Real Madrid's counter-attacking skills are way more better than Sociedad. So they really need to take advantage of the strengths. They really need to show what they can do. Otherwise, it is going to be a very damp match, and Real Madrid really need to take advantage of the Barcelona situation as they drop points away at Sevilla. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying up with us for the opening 45 minutes. We will be back after a few 10 minutes time as the teams will be heading out again for the second half. Until then, please, until then, stay tuned. We'll see you there.
So hello guys, it's me. I'm back here and I'm waiting for my co-partner to come back. Till then, let's talk a bit about the match. So and let's take a look at your thoughts, guys. So first of all, we have saying it's going to be 1-0 win for Real. I think I have after the half. I think your prediction seems very true, and I support that. So that seems good. That's a nice prediction. And let's see what others have to say. Sanad has to say Real will 1-0 or 2-0. Yep, 2-0 can be a stretch, but 1-0 seems a good possibility. And even Sevilla can score. Let's see others' comments. Okay, win for Real, nice. So we're back, guys, into the second half, and we can see Real Madrid rolling the ball.
We are back underway, ladies and gentlemen. We are back underway, and it really needs. And we are back underway. Real Madrid really need to step it up. So does Real Sociedad. It really hasn't been smooth flowing for any of the teams. And what do you think, Arithro? What should we see from this half now?
I haven't seen any changes as of now, and I hope that after Zidane makes some tactical changes, we can surely get this win. I really want to see Asensio or Hazard into the pitch, perhaps Bale. We need some good attacking creative minds inside the pitch. What's your thoughts?
Well, um, I don't. I still don't understand why James Rodriguez is still on the pitch. I really don't understand. He wasn't that good in the first half. He really doesn't deserve to be here in the second half, and it really is a bit boring actually. Again, they need to ramp it up. They need to ramp it up. The pace, the tempo, the ball movement. They really need to press high because if it doesn't happen, Real Madrid is again gone. The chance to go to the top of the table is going to go begging.
That's for sure.
Now
Wonderful one.
Marcelo to finish a wonderful ball.
Vinicius going in,
Vinicius gets over.
and that's what? How did he miss it? That's a
Oh
penalty.
my god!
That's a
Oh my
penalty.
god! It's
Let's
a
go, guys.
penalty.
Let's
It's
go,
a
guys.
penalty to Real
That's
Madrid.
what a beautiful one to Marcelo. That's what I'm talking about. The Brazilian duo, and he gets booked.
Wonderful run. Absolutely wonderful run from Vinicius Jr. Arithro, we really need to appreciate the way Real Madrid started the half again. Like we said, that we needed a bit of spark. What a run! What a run!
What a
What a
beautiful run.
run!
Did you catch that nutmeg? That nutmeg was
The
wow.
nutmeg was superb. Absolutely superb.
Oh
Oh
my, that's
wow!
what excites
Just
me.
brilliant. Just brilliant.
It's all like it's just. I think it's. Have you ever seen Figo playing? You know Figo?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
You had to say Luis Figo.
yeah. Sorry. You obviously know him because no, we won't talk about it. So I saw some matches of Figo in back in the day of Portugal. So Vinicius really reminds me of a Figo, young Figo to be exact.
Well, he certainly looks like a man ready to take on the players. But as you can see, there's a war check going on right now,
Oh my
and
god.
I hope it doesn't really overturn the favor of penalty towards Real Madrid. The VAR has been pretty decisive and controversial this season. But I just hope that this is not the time it makes a wild decision.
And the referee has to say
Let us see. Let us see. I don't think there's a foul there. Okay, that's a pretty strange overview.
that's a foul. Referee says it's a pen.
The
Maybe
referee
it's.
says a foul. No, no, we have to be honest as commentators here. It wasn't really a touch that was worth diving for. But they're all Brazilians, and Neymar is their captain, so
Yeah, okay. So,
and
it can be a 50-50
Sergio,
decision for people. Some people might think it's a foul, and
Sergio Ramos stands over this penalty. Can he put it away? Can
and
he
he
put it
does
away? And does.
go. Let's go, guys. And we have Sergio Ramos. One more thing, I'm pretty disappointed that Sergio Ramos took this. Benzema should have. Like, it's a goal, obviously, I'm happy, but we should give it the spins to Benzema. He needs to go up to the goal scoring table to compete with Lionel Messi.
Well, I couldn't agree more. But Sergio Ramos, is a certified penalty specialist, and he really is proving again by slotting the ball calmly. I really hope it wasn't a Panenka here.
No, like,
uh,
I think the goalkeeper expected a certain kind of Panenka, but he just absolutely made him go to the wrong way. I just love the way he just runs for the ball during the penalty. Like, that's something I need to learn in real life, how to confuse the keeper. And we can see a quick
we
counter
actually,
attack.
but again, the counter attack is thwarted by Real Madrid. Now they need to be careful as the new some spaces start to open up for Real Sociedad to exploit, and they're back again.
Look,
Real
I
Sociedad
just let
trying
you
to
know, I just
control the game.
told you that after the half there will be something, there will be some drama, and I was right. Because I know my Madrid guys.
Really, you should know your Madrid. But the game's not over yet. I really hope that Real maintain this lead.
Oh,
Get
wonderful
some few
ball.
more goals. That's wonderful goal. Can he
And
capitalize? And that's
what? Don't tell that's a
Isako
pen. Don't tell that's a
drifting
pen.
through.
Carvajal on the run.
That's not a penalty.
That's not a
That's
pen.
not a penalty.
It was quite fishy to say the least, but Ramos
Okay,
is
but
injured.
Ramos looks down. Ramos looks down. It doesn't look good at all.
I don't know. I think he has hurt his
Right,
joint.
left knee.
Left knee to be exact. The joint of the
The,
knee.
the medical staff is called upon on the pitch, and let's see if Ramos is fit to continue the remaining 40 minutes.
I have to say, if Militia
But
comes,
it's
I'm a little bit insecure about the defense because Sergio Ramos is a great pillar for Real Madrid. And also, this was a very dangerous stance taken by Sociedad. Did you like the wonderful through pass? And that guy, like, I don't know his name to be exact, but his run was vicious. Like, Vinicius had a similar run to him, so I'm quite scared about the through balls. And here we can see Ramos starting in the penalty, cool and composed. So ironic that he scored and he's now injured in a minute.
happening so fast for Real Madrid. Really now need to start, they need to build on this. I think, to be honest, as you said earlier, through some drama really did take place after halftime. Real Madrid improved and they got their goal. I would not say deservingly, but based on the second half start, yes, deservingly. But I think they need to capitalize on this if they have to, get the win. And to be honest, 1-0 won't be enough. 1-0 won't be enough at the Anoeta.
Yep, and I'm a little bit frightened right now because we can't see Ramos on the pitch, he's sidelined. So if it's a perfect time for Sociedad to score, it's right now or never. Odegaard blasting off.
Oh, now Ramos is back. And that's a
Ramos.
wonderful run by Odegaard and beautiful play from Real Sociedad. Now Sociedad really handling the pressure well, but Real Madrid again starts their spell of possession.
Didn't sometimes as a true Real Madrid fan you can notice like the hand signals of Cruz, not the El Clasico one, but sometimes he gives certain hand signals to slow down the attack or to fasten up. As you can see right now, James was taking the throw in quickly, but he just said that we need to stop.
Yeah, I think it is. I agree. I totally agree, and it's very important also. because as we saw that Sociedad were about were playing at pace, were playing with composure. Suddenly after the goal, and it was really important for Real Madrid to slow the game down a bit and handle things their way.
That's for sure. And now we can see the ball with Sociedad. I mean Real Madrid, and they clear it out.
Uh,
James protecting the ball, but not the best effort done by him.
Well, again, I think Sociedad now it's the onus is on them to ramp up the pressure here if they want to get the win. Ramos does look a bit uncomfortable here, but I think he has to be subbed off. Eden Militia was seen warming up, and I think it's the right time to sub him off. They need him for the rest of the season if they have to win
That's for
the
sure.
league title, Real Madrid.
And now we can see the ball with Sociedad passing it in their own half comfortably. It's the perfect time for Zidane to make a tactical change right now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I'm not really sure whether it should be a defensive one, but uh, I
And they lose
don't
the
know.
ball very sloppily. And Casemiro to Vinicius. Okay, sorry for interrupting. Please continue.
No, no, it's really is now twisting and turning really at the blink of an eye. And let's see if Real Madrid can hold on to this
Carvajal to
sustained
Benzema.
pressure.
Benzema touches the ball and it gets cleared off. Benzema could
Uh,
have like left used a left foot like as in the last match he scored an absolute banger with his left, and I think he could have tried. But is it offside? It might be offside. According to me, it was offside.
Benzema, that wasn't a good first touch from him, to be honest. But yeah, that was a wonderful ball from Danny Carvajal. He really swung in a beautiful ball, but Benzema really just should have taken advantage of that.
Things going really spicy for Real Madrid, and I hopefully they continue the same for this match. And let's see what Sociedad has in the pocket. Because I haven't seen any good attack. Like I have seen one that Ramos when Ramos got injured, but they need to capitalize more if they want to. Ramos is giving some hand signals. He's saying
He needs to go off. He
he
needs
needs
to
to
go
go
off
off.
now.
He says I had enough. Now I need to go off. I think that's his hand signal.
Otherwise, I'll break someone's leg to replace mine.
Or perhaps arm. Still Ramos, perfect passing. I think
Good passing. He looks uncomfortable though.
yeah, looks uncomfortable. Isn't it true that if Ramos is injured, he's similar to the quality of Umtiti? Not a roast. Actually, it's a roast.
If Ramos isn't injured,
Yeah, if he's injured, still he has the great ability to play. Like, okay, it's a roast.
yeah, actually, two contrasting natures. To be honest, Umtiti really isn't the best version of himself in the past 2 seasons. He almost missed the entire last season. He just had 5 games to play, and even in those games, he really wasn't up to the mark. So Ramos is, I think, Ramos remains Ramos, being one of the best defenders on the planet. But Umtiti has to go a long way, and Ramos really needs some medical help here. He doesn't look comfortable. He needs to come off, and
Okay, and yeah,
he
so
needs
the
to come
thing is
off.
that he needs to come off, and I have experienced a similar injury at that part, so I know it's really uncomfortable to carry on, and I think he needs to go off. It might be a bit serious.
But let's hope it isn't that serious that it puts him long for you know it puts him out for a long time, because Real Madrid in the title charge they are looking now, the people, the team that will get the win here at the Anoeta, and if they do they will go on top, and they need Ramos to sustain the title pressure for the remaining games.
Okay,
That's a
so on the
wonderful ball.
sideline we
That's a
can see
wonderful ball
that's a wonderful ball, and on the sideline we
sussed
can see
away.
Milishao and two other subs for say Real Sociedad on the sideline, and Ramos is going to give the captain's band to Marcelo. I'm guessing it's going to be Marcelo.
Yes, it has to be Marcelo. He's a vice captain.
And the brotherhood is I like the brotherhood, like the OGs, Ramos, Marcelo, and you just name them. How many changes have they made for Sociedad in total? I'm a bit confused. Three or four? Two
Two changes
changes.
as of now. There are two. Eder Milicia replaces Ramos at a very crucial stage of the match. 60 minutes, and there's still 30 minutes left to play in this match. And Sergio Ramos going off will be a big danger for Real Madrid. But let's hope it isn't too much as Real Madrid resume proceeding.
I think Vara
A
needs to show
long
his like leadership at the defense right
leadership
now.
skills. Exactly. The choice of words that it were there. And if Varane can show that he can be the defender when Sergio Ramos is not there, I think it will be a great boost for Real Madrid, especially in the time remaining for this game.
Yep. And now we can see Marcelo with a throw in, not able to find any possible targets, finds Valverde 1-2, and it's Malaysia with some good pace. His first touch seems good. Carvajal Carvajal seems to find
Well,
Casemiro, and Casemiro,
oh,
James to
that's
Casemiro.
wonderful from Real Madrid. Now Real Madrid really breaking through lines here, but they don't give the follow. Now it's
It's a
time for
counter attack.
Sociedad to counter attack.
It's a
And
good
they're
ball.
really exploiting the space out wide here, Sociedad. They really are, and it's looking pretty dangerous. It is looking
And a
pretty
foul to
dangerous.
Odegaard.
But
Vinicius
Odegaard
bit
goes to
rough.
ground after a rough challenge by Vinicius.
That seemed a bit rough. No cards as of now. And
Again, a
it's a
good pass again, but a poor return.
that's for sure. And they
Oh,
still have the ball.
still have the ball.
Odegaard
And
shoots, and it's off.
just
That was
above,
not
just
Odegaard, my bad.
there was someone else, and you really don't know the person.
No, actually, the thing is, I'm facing a bit of technical issues on my side. It's what's the time here? It's almost 3 a.m. What a beautiful
Again,
skill.
Sociedad, getting the ball forward. But
Through
now,
ball,
oh, that's the beautiful through ball that Courtois will get.
we see
Courtois should get
Marcelo
it.
down to the ground. What could have been possibly the case? Was he brought down? Not sure.
I think he was tracking back and he got bundled over by the players. And that's a long ball by Dani Carvajal, but it doesn't get anywhere, doesn't reach anywhere. Now Sociedad begins the spell of possession, and Sociedad are really looking the more dangerous team ever since Ramos went off, isn't it?
That's for sure. And we can see them and a beautiful interception by Valverde. James looking for options, finds Marcelo. Marcelo finding
So,
Benzema to James. They go into the center part of the park. Been like Real Madrid are playing in their own half. I think they need to sustain this one goal, so like they have a tactic to like just park the bus or something. We can see Marcelo on the ground again. He's tying up his laces. Never mind.
no, that's not a good side. That's actually not a good side. But Valverde is on now. Valverde is on the ball at the right wing, and Arithur, if you can see, technically Valverde is the right winger now.
Yep,
Well,
that's right.
ever since James Rodriguez was given the freedom of position in this team,
Cruz shoots.
Valverde has a cross shoots and it's
It was a nice
blocked,
try.
just blocked by the Sociedad keeper.
I love this type of like Cruz takes a finish shot every time. I've never seen him like blast off the net. He takes a proper finish shot in the corner. So I just love that type of specimen of shots.
He's very accurate in his shots, and I have to say his long range shooting is damn amazing. It's pretty dubious to watch his long range shots. And against now Sociedad building on that's wonderful skill. That's absolutely wonderful. Now Sociedad is on the front foot. That's a wonderful through ball from Martin Odegaard. Sociedad are capitalizing now on the absence of Sergio Ramos, and the player gets away from
And a shot.
Marcelo. That's a shot.
Again a shot, but a wonderful block by Carvajal.
The Madrid are really putting themselves on the line here because they know that if they don't stop Sociedad here, they will face the consequences, and they will let Barcelona get away with the mess they made on against Sevilla.
We can see a
So,
ice pack on Ramos's foot. Hopefully he gets fined by the next match. He's a very important player for us.
and and try for a cross and attempt for a cross. Isak still have the ball. The
That's
Sociedad
a
put in the
push.
forward.
He's
And
not
again, they
moved.
still have the ball. Sociedad, they're really keeping possession well.
A
And
sliding
oof,
tackle, and Real Madrid find
that
the
was
ball
so
again.
close.
Possible counter attack. Cruz not finding, and now that's not a counter attack. I think James have slowed down the counter attacks by a margin. I think it's the third time he has slowed down a counter attack. I don't like that at all. I just love the counter attacks of Real Madrid.
Well, Real Madrid really doesn't have the pace factor in them as of now. Only Vinicius from the left can really offer any pace, and they really need some pace in the counter attacks. They
And a
have to
beautiful through
create
ball
something.
to
Beautiful with Marcelo, but it's way too central, and Vinicius doesn't reach there.
I just love the combination of Vinicius and Marcelo. I think it's a very wonderful combination.
It is actually the Brazilian duo really brings the best out of each other, and though I think Marcelo will benefit more in a situation where the winger drifts in wide, like in the case of Ronaldo and Hazard, but I think he has developed a pretty good partnership with Vinicius Junior here, and it's fair to add that they have been wonderful this season.
That's for sure. I couldn't agree less. I haven't like in my mind. I haven't even have a single thought that Hazard is not there. Real Madrid are filling the gap of this star player pretty wonderfully.
Well, but as of now, they really need to fill the gap of the star defender Sergio Ramos. Otherwise, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. But
That's for sure.
Real Madrid are now trying to get away from the Sociedad press. But Sociedad win the ball back in the middle of the park and again holding on to the ball. Now it's Odegaard and passes the ball around. Sociedad really looking to hurt Real Madrid by breaking lines with the passing. It's been good stuff from Sociedad. I have to say, it's been really good stuff. They've neated the triangles, and they're again in a dangerous position.
And Casemiro
Real
using his
Sociedad,
body
but Casemiro
perfectly.
gets his way.
Like I just love the way Casemiro protects the ball with his body. We can see with like the same situation with Messi. He just put Messi in his pocket by using his body sometimes. And we can see how Ramos was injured here. He twisted his ankle, which went straight up to his knee. Doesn't look pretty
I think it
impressive.
was a bit of a instant reaction. It's a bit humor moment from Ramos there, actually showing his teeth in anger.
I wonder what he said. Was it a slur, Spanish slur, or was it a boost of confidence for his team? Wonderful pass from Vinicius. And Marcelo's
A poor
passing
pass.
has been like his last two passes were pretty bad. I haven't seen Marcelo putting bad crosses in
That's a
match.
good ball in. That's a good ball in, but good defending from Marcelo. Sociedad have a corner now.
Marcelo
It's
looks a
Sociedad.
bit uncomfortable. Is it me or is it you too? I think he looks a bit
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
I think ever since he went down in the middle of the park a few minutes ago, it has not been good at all.
Is it the captain arm's curse? Like whoever gets the captain's arm gets the curse of getting injured?
Well, I hope so not, because I think okay, now you said that I'm really looking for evidences, and against Eibar it happened the same. This happened, the same thing happened.
Oh,
It's a
and the
shot,
foul and
a
the
goal. It's a
goal.
goal. It's a
It's a
wonder goal. It's a
wonderful goal.
wonder goal from Real Sociedad. I cannot say how happy I am right
What was
now. I'm
that?
really smiling.
Wait, they get referee gets tells them to stop. It's not a goal.
Oh,
Papa Perez with his magic. Let's go, Papa Perez. I love you, Papa Perez. It's not a goal. I don't know why.
oh,
Wait, what happened?
how
It's
was
a
it
handball. It's a
offside?
handball. It's a handball. No, wait, what?
No, how is that a handball?
No, that's not a handball. It would have been a goal if it's a handball. What the heck
No,
happened?
huh? There was no problem at all. There was no problem.
No, I think it will be given a goal. I think he will check the VAR.
No, it's not. It's disallowed. It's disallowed.
Are you?
How can it
No,
be
no, he's
disallowed?
taking the look at VAR, and after the VAR look, I think his opinion will change.
No, it's a yellow card. It's a yellow card.
Yellow card for whom? Zinedine Zidane or who?
Dan who got a yellow card.
No,
But
it's one
how?
of the players, one of the substitutes, I
Yeah.
think.
Where's the ball? Really frustrating. How is a goal disallowed? On what basis? On what ground?
Is it a
It really
possible
is.
conspiracy for a scam? Oh my, it's possible.
Oh my God, Florentino Perez, he really has something with those La Liga officials.
Look, I have to agree to that. I'm a Real Madrid fan. I have to agree to that. It's pretty dark stuff going on.
I think Sociedad will be
And
demoralized and motivated at the same time. And Real Madrid are here on the break with Vinicius and Marcelo. They're
Cruz,
now exploiting the space. Cruz, I was hoping that he would take a shot there,
same,
but
same.
doesn't.
And now it's with Carvajal. Carvajal finds Valverde. Valverde
It's
with his
basically
pace.
4-2-3-1 for Real Madrid right now.
Yeah, Valverde is still
With
struggling to get the ball, but he finds the cross. Benzema, Benzema gets a touch. Benzema gets a shot, and that's a goal. Benzema, let's go, you beauty. Karim Benzema with another goal, and now is some. I think it's some beef again. Wait, is it?
Oh my God, this game has really exploded in the second half, but I'm really not sure what's happening here.
Me
There's
neither.
another check for VAR. It's pretty
But
frustrating.
it can't be
VAR.
disallowed. This goal was okay to me. Oh, that's no, that's
Oh,
not
it's
a
a
handball.
handball. It's a
No, no,
handball.
wait.
It's a
But
handball.
look, it touched a bit of his shoulder too.
That was a good finish by Benzema.
Good
It was a good
finish.
finish.
But he could have taken that first, like his, like he could have
For,
taken it without, like using the hand. Not, I won't say the hand, but the shoulder. Okay.
yeah, arm.
Okay, arm. Yeah.
Yeah. But
If they get this goal,
I don't
if they
know.
get this goal,
I
then there is
don't.
Papa Perez magic. I'm telling you, if they get this goal, then there is Papa Perez magic. Or the referee is blind.
To be honest, there was absolutely no wrongdoing with the first goal of Sociedad. It was
Also,
absolutely
Also, did you notice
well.
in this goal the Sociedad defender jumped, like he knowingly jumped? What was that? Did you see that? Like when Benzema had a shot, he jumped. Like what is going on?
Well, it should be a goal here. I don't know. It's pretty unclear. I think it hit his arm,
It's a
and
goal.
it's a
It's a
goal.
goal. Oh my god. Oh my. He's pointing
Oh,
him to the
okay,
spot.
okay. Now he's showing me
Now he's
that
showing
that's
off.
where it hit his hand.
I think that's
Yeah,
look. I told you it's not the exactly the hand. It's the part of the shoulder and the hand. So I don't think it's a handball. I think it's a okay decision.
no, to be honest, I feel bad for Sociedad. I really feel bad for so they deserved the goal that they scored. It was a goal, to be honest. It really was. There was no in the slightest of problems with the goal uh, that was scored. But how was that given? How was that given? How was that disallowed? Still unclear. Very unclear. It needs some explanation because if that has happened, the rumor that Real Madrid has bought the league is pretty true.
Look, I'm not going to support that statement at all. But the second goal was fair. Like the Real
Yeah,
Madrid.
I think the second goal was fair. The second goal, but had that the first one, the first one been allowed, the second goal wouldn't have been there at least this
Yeah, they
fast.
got moral. They got a little bit of moral, like demotivation. But we need to take in consideration of the replays. It might have been something else that the referee spotted. So, oh, that's a good shot. So
That's a good
that's what I'm
shot.
telling you. We can't take into perfect consideration what happened inside that pitch. Referees get to see things once, so he might have thought a player touched it. And now Carvajal moves forward.
We were really pressing high, but Carvajal has some space to
Carvajal
run.
is
And he's going
spacey.
back
Carvajal
again.
is still going on, and he finds a deflection and is out. This match has been exciting since the 45 minutes have been passed, and I have to say I'm out of my seat right now. All the drama, all the goals, perfect match to watch, and perfect time to spend, even if it's 3 a.m. in your country. Vinicius
I
turns.
really agree. I really agree. Now it's time for Sociedad to cause some trouble, and they are causing some. But here's the man on the ball which scored the disallowed goal, which actually who had to stand. It had to stand. There was no problem with that. And even the referee didn't even take a look at the VR screen present on field, and
Yeah.
that's a poor ball by Marcelo, but it's still in play by
Also,
Federico
one
Valverde.
more shady thing I'm going to put out as a Real Madrid fan that last match with Valencia, the first goal of Valencia also got disallowed. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think it was so so cruel on Valencia's side. It was a wonderfully worked goal. It was Varane who got the last touch, and still
Still,
it was,
yeah,
you know,
actually.
the goal was managed to be declared offside, and it was pretty disheartening. I'm not gonna lie.
There's some gangster shit going behind the scenes in Spain or what. I'm not sure.
Ooh, that's a good ball.
That's a
That's a
good
good
ball.
ball. But it's a good ball.
But
But Isak,
imagine
Isak
you
fired.
are a player of Sociedad. How morally demotivated would have you been after the first disallowed goal? Like, I wouldn't have been able to continue. Like,
Well, I have to say one thing. I'm a Barca fan, and I'm feeling pretty sad right now. So I do not want another fan poster on me.
like I'm just telling you, like as a Barca fan, you feel sad, but as a player, you know what should be the
But yeah,
emotions.
I 16 minutes are left. I don't think Sociedad are really going to get anything from this game. But let's see. Football is a very strange game, as we said before.
Corner
The
taken
game
quickly.
started.
No,
Corner
nothing,
taken
nothing,
quickly.
nothing, nothing. Oh, and that's a foul on Casemiro. No, that's not a
No,
foul.
that isn't. That
That
isn't.
isn't, and play still continues.
To
So
be honest, we have to praise the way Sociedad played today. We have
yeah,
to
we
praise.
have
They
to praise
played
them.
well. But Real Madrid, because of their extreme quality, that's wonderful
Wonderful
pace from
ball.
Vinicius.
Vinicius
Vinicius is
running.
through. Vinicius is through.
Vinicius gets the ball,
Vinicius
but
can
who's on
shoot.
that side? What? Why did Vinicius do it? I think what?
Otherwise, he would have been shunned down the wing. But I think that was a beautiful ball from Cruz and beautiful run from Vinicius as he latched onto
Did you
that
see?
ball.
I see Odegaard running like a beast right now. Just pointing it out. He's taking the runs, but his teammates are not supporting him.
Sounds a lot like Griezmann's situation at Barcelona here. That's a cross in and cleared by Rafael
Varane.
Varane.
Varane is taking the
I
leadership. I
don't
have to say that.
yeah, I was about to say the same thing. He's really doing the things that we expected him of. As Asensio is now ready to come on,
Let's
and
go.
I'm pretty stoked to see him again. Again, it was beautiful, absolutely stunning against Valencia, and I really hope to see more of Asensio magic
And
today.
I don't.
Even though that means that Barca surrender the title.
And the thing is, Asensio came during this time only the last match, and he did some pretty good magic. So hopefully, he brings something to the table here. And
Let's
now
see.
Courtois puts it
Now,
long. Vinicius on the run. Benzema gets the ball. I think Benzema, Cruz maybe to find James. James gets the ball.
good control from James Diaz. We might have criticized him all evening, but ultimately he might still not a very good performance from him. But okay, decent enough to
Decent
just
enough. Yeah.
stay in the team for a bit while longer.
James with a nice try, but didn't even that. It was quite a dead ball. But yeah, as you were saying, James, we have criticized him, but I think he deserves some praise on his part. Like I think behind the first goal, he had some part.
Yeah, agreed, truly agreed. I think it's a cooling break again, but let's now quickly get over what we have seen in this game so far. Retro, I really don't see any spark from Sociedad coming now. As I like you said, they have been demoralized now. They really don't look like scoring the goal or getting anywhere near creating a chance. But let's hope they do. Let's hope they do because I really would like to see them score a good goal or just get something in it. I'm this is replay here. I can't see anything. I can't see anything that would disallow this Sociedad goal. What your views are, Ritual?
I think it might have been a fault on the referee's side. I think it was given offside, right?
Offside was disallowed, and players were protesting about it, and the referee just simply took out a yellow card and you know gave Oyarzabal a substitute the yellow card for protesting.
That's a bit harsh, I have to say.
That's a lot. It's
Yeah,
pretty
that's a lot
harsh.
harsh. That's brutal.
Okay.
That's actually brutal. I have to say that. But
I actually
I don't know.
I actually saw Zidane doing a bit of humor moment back there. It wasn't good.
It looks very skeptical to my eyes, but I don't know what the referee was like. I don't know what the referee's mind was going through. After this match, there might be some, deep stuff going on in the internet, and some criticizing on Real Madrid and the La Liga. As you've seen in social media posts, La Liga favors Barcelona. Like in every social media post, you see Messi, either a Messi post or a Barcelona post. So
Yeah, to be honest, I think you're right. I think ever since Ronaldo left Real Madrid, it has been, posts from Messi and Barcelona, and not really anyone else.
yeah, so I think it might be a strategy that Papa Perez makes it look that they support Barcelona, but in that reality, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, Eritro, but did I just see Martin Odegaard get subbed off?
Actually, I saw that too, but absolutely
And
why?
I really don't understand the change. He was the
He was the best player,
best player
exactly.
Sociedad had, and now I think Real Madrid now, the star players on both teams are now gone. They're off. They're on the bench. Sergio Ramos for Real Madrid and Martin Odegaard for Real Sociedad. I think it's going to be an interesting game how that builds now because I think Odegaard was a real vital cog in the attacking machine for Sociedad, but now he's gone. We really need to find another way to score.
I think it's game over for Sociedad. I have to say it, but it's game over for them.
Well, game over for Sociedad, a title winning match for Real Madrid. Let's see. We have 10 minutes on the clock. Let's see what we can get out of this.
Oh, that's a wonderful skill.
A wonderful skill, but great recovery from Marcelo.
That skill actually looked pretty flashy, you know. I like that skill. Now we can see Sociedad with the ball again, passing it to the left, to the side, and now he gets the ball by deflection,
So
a through ball. He should take a shot. He puts that across ahead, but it gets skipped away from the goal.
above, it goes away. It's not really happening for Sociedad again. They really need to improve again. I don't know why Odegaard was subbed off. I really don't understand. I'm feeling a bit of negativity here
I think
from the
the reason
Sociedad
why he
team.
got subbed off is because of his fitness concerns. Maybe they wanted him pretty fresh without injuries in the next match. So that might have been the case.
Well, I think you're right. That might be a possibility, considering that Real Sociedad are Champions League contenders for next season, for qualification, not contenders, qualification contenders for next season. And let's see, let's see if they can grab a point or any have a say in this game
That's for
in the
sure.
remaining 9 minutes.
Now
Though
Casemiro.
like you said, it's highly unlikely. It's very highly unlikely.
Hmm, that's
Real
true.
Madrid have the best defense in the top five leagues, and
I wouldn't call it the
it
best to
remains.
be honest. I wouldn't call it the best.
No, yeah, no, not in terms of the shots they concede. They might concede a few shots here and there, but ultimately the final score of the game, they have kept one of the most.
I would call
They have
it
kept, I think, the most
experienced. I
confident.
would call it a most experienced defense. I think in my opinion, is the most experienced defense out there.
Yes, and I think that experience has come in pretty handy this season as Real Madrid, as I state out, have conceded only a meager 20 goals throughout the season,
Wait, is
and
that
that's a,
Vinicius swapped the wings, right? No,
I
wait, who is that on that wing? Is that
I think
Rodrigo?
no, Asensio
Asensio,
replaced
yeah. Okay, okay, my bad.
James Rodriguez
My
there.
bad, my bad.
Now Sociedad trying to conjure up something out of nothing,
And they got a
and
shot, and it's a goal.
it's a goal. It's a goal. It should be a goal.
It
If
should be.
this
It's
stands
obviously a goal.
disallowed, I will literally fly over to Spain and this is not done.
Papa Perez, where you at?
Now, okay, so that like I said, have 7 minutes to have a say in this
That
game.
was a really good
Will
goal,
they favor
actually. I have to say
Barcelona?
that was a
Will
good
do
goal. That
It
was a
was a
good.
wonderful move. It was a wonderful, wonderful. It makes the thing a bit nervy for Real Madrid in the closing stage of the game.
I
It
think
was a
if Ramos
wonderful
would have
ball.
been there, I think this would have been conceded.
I totally agree. Like I said earlier, Ramos is the reason that Real Madrid are was staying put until this. But it's we have a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. We really have an awesome game on our hands right now as we head over to final 7 minutes and Sociedad
Please park
can
the bus, Real Madrid. Come on, park the bus, please. Park the bus, please.
Mourinho style,
Mourinho
Mourinho
style, come on. Oh, That's pretty rough. What happened? Okay, they continue. And Sociedad, starting out, they look pretty pumped out to at the moment. They look pretty energized. Sociedad, and they're in their own half. Real
I
Madrid.
just checked the stats, Retro. It's official that Real Madrid are now tied with the best defensive score in the top five leagues, tied with Liverpool at the moment with 21 goals.
Oh, that's quite interesting.
No, before this goal it was 20, and that was a good try
That's a good
again.
try.
Now Sociedad, Real Madrid really need to watch out for the Sociedad quick
And now we see
pressing
Vinicius.
and
Come on, Vinicius. Vinicius still going. Oh, Vinicius
wonderful
going.
skill. They were the wonder.
Vinicius.
Vinicius now really can tear it apart,
Vinicius.
and
Oh my God, that was so close. He
it was a
almost scored.
wonderful defending from
Absolutely.
Sociedad. But a wonderful run by Vinicius as well. It was a beautiful run. It really made us get up on our seats, get excited. This man is something else, like
This
you
man is
said.
something
So it's
else.
this man is something else. It really brings the joy of playing in his game. And Real Madrid have their own Ronaldinho now. I have to say,
That's true.
Ronaldinho maybe wasn't actually he was this spacey, so not as spacey as Vinicius, but he was as technically gifted as Vinicius is, and it's really exciting to see him
Vinicius
play like this.
almost he went inside, like he almost passed through the defenders, like just a small touch by the. It was a good defense to be honest. And now, okay, nice. Sociedad on the attack. Sociedad.
5 minutes left. It's really nervy. It's getting really nervy foot under the Thunder Cube studio room here. It's really getting nervy. Erythro for Real Madrid. I actually, oh, that's a wonderful ball. That's a wonderful ball
That
of.
was a good nutmeg.
Okay, Real Madrid not really understanding the situation here. I have to say they're really taking it lightly. Ever since they might be tired, I can say that they might be tired, but I don't think it is the time to get tired, right?
I think Zidane needs to get the substitutions a bit more or a bit on the good side. Like I think I don't like Zidane's substitutions at all. They're unpredictable and they're not good most of the times.
Well, I think today you're right. I think today has been the case where the substitutions weren't as effective as you would like, as they were against Valencia.
And we can see the
And
virtual crowd going
uh,
crazy on the right. You can see the
yeah,
virtual crowd going
it's,
crazy.
a, it's a total glitch. It's a total glitch, and I'm not really enjoying this. And like I said, virtual crowd is pretty useless. It really doesn't, bring the fun out on this. Yeah, it's a foul
That's a foul, and he
from
tries to waste some
Casemiro.
time. What? His boot is gone. Nice. That's called classic time wasting.
Good job from Casemiro.
I
He
know
knows
that.
that this player will take some time to, fix his boot or something. But
The virtual crowd is going
the virtual
absolutely
crowd,
crazy.
the virtual crowd is literally roaming around the pitch,
And he takes a free
and
kick quickly. But what? The referee doesn't blow the
again,
whistle. Okay, that's good enough.
again, the virtual crowd going absolutely mental in the. It's not even the need for a virtual crowd. We're pretty happy with the
Whatever.
fake fan noises, but
Yeah.
virtual crowd isn't something that we need.
Also, Real Sociedad filled the white seats with their own banners, so that's the reason behind
That's
the
pretty
glitch.
good. That's pretty good, I guess, because even the Premier League is doing like that. That they're making the fans that the cross is
It's a
in,
cross
and
and it's
there's
cleared out by
the,
Varane.
the ball is still not out of danger. It's pretty much pinball going on here,
That's true.
and
Oh, and
and
the
I
manager
think
gives the
through it,
ball. Manager being
Zidane.
super active. Zidane's making two changes, Mondi and Modric, both M's coming in. Please make this. Please, just put the ball out, man. I want to see Modric.
Ah, nice.
And he gets injured, and I think they will come really easy. Like they will walk and do the substitution because it's a way of time wasting. So I think, look, Vinicius is just walking. That's what I'm saying. They want to waste the time.
Marcelo is walking, and Rafael Varane will get the captain's
And
armband
Marcelo,
for the
that look, that's classic time
remaining
wasting.
two
Look,
minutes.
that's classic time wasting. He's just passing up the arm and easily walking.
I just hope he doesn't go back to hug him.
Yeah, don't do
I
that,
really hope.
please.
Well, interesting stat here, Erythro. Atletico Madrid have just got 38 goals all season.
What?
and it's a pretty damn sad to be honest. Yeah, yes, they're a defensive team, and considering they have scored 6 goals in the past 2 games, that means they had scored 32 goals in a meager 28 games, and that's averaging just above one goal per game.
That's
And
impressive.
that's impressive, and they're still third in the table, tied on points with Sevilla,
Also,
just
the
ahead.
thing is that how amazing is that they don't have they don't have Griezmann anymore, but still they are such a good attacking side.
Well, if I may compare, last year Atletico has scored 55 goals in 38 games,
Wow, that's
and right now
something else.
right now they stand at 38 goals, and they don't look even reaching that 55 number.
I think
So I
Griezmann
think
was vital.
Griezmann was vital, but not for Barcelona so far. He may become vital in the future. I think he needs a coach. That's a wonderful
And
play
that's a
from Sociedad.
clearance by Varane, and he cleared out
Rafael
well.
Varane.
I am impressed by Varane's defending today. I'm really impressed, I have
Yeah,
to say.
especially after Ramos went off, he
After Ramos
has
went off.
handled this Real Madrid defense pretty well for the remaining 40
I
minutes.
think in
Uh,
France he got the experience of playing without Ramos, so that's pretty
it's
important.
6 minutes. It's a six
It's a
minute
6 minute
stoppage
stoppage
time,
time. Oh, that's pretty weird. I swear to
and
God, I swear to God, if they score right now, I'm going to break something.
well, let's hope it's a nervy end to this game. It really is. Real Sociedad have pegged one goal back, but now the Real Madrid are just parking the bus. They need to find some spaces in the box or in the middle between the lines. Sociedad. Now they're forced to play sideways. They are forced to. It's
Beautiful
interesting to see
passing.
why.
And Casemiro
Why
slips.
slips? It's a
Oh my
Gerard
god,
slip.
this is Gerard slip. Not exactly a Gerard. And he's
Okay,
running. And
Mariano
he's running.
sleeping. Mariano sleeping.
Mariano says,
Mariano is
what the
running.
heck? What was that,
Oh,
Mariano? That's why you don't get a chance.
that's why you
Zidane looks
don't get
pretty.
it.
Zidane looks pretty furious. He said, "Get out." He's like, "Get out." And okay, so see that
Okay.
back on the attack, left hand side, passes on to the left
Well,
wing.
it's pretty ironic, Aretro, that ever since Odegaard left the pitch and got substituted, Real Sociedad got their goal.
Papa Paris magic again. And now he's passing it back to Vinicius. Please, Vinicius, show us some skills. Come on, show us some skills. Step over.
Basically, you need to waste this time. You need to waste time
Yeah,
here,
that's the
to be
thing.
honest.
But it's 6 minutes. It's a pretty damn long time, so it's quite tough to waste that much time.
And Real Sociedad really need to press high enough or really block the passing lanes down if they have to even have a chance in this remaining 5 minutes. It's a pretty nervy game. It's a pretty nervous ending to this game. Let's see if Real Madrid can hold on.
To be honest, I like this
Vinicius.
like lineup of Real Madrid. It's the underdog lineup, and I like it pretty much. Mondi with the pace, but it gets deflected. Oh, that looks painful, but I don't know why he didn't feel any pain of the ball. Asensio gets it. Asensio. Casemiro with a wonderful pass to Carvajal. Carvajal finds the cross. Mariano. No, it doesn't. He doesn't find Mariano. Sociedad on the attack, but they get fouled or what? It's a foul. Good way of wasting time.
4 minutes remaining. 4 minutes remaining. One goal needed for Sociedad to draw, and it's really has been a pretty good game, Maritro. It has been a wonderful game,
It's
I have to
it's
say.
it's like leaves ahead of the game we saw yesterday. It was way better, I have to say. Not
Way
yesterday.
better, way better final third efficiency, I have to say. And that was a bit of sloppy pass back to the keeper. Say, Real Sociedad need to keep the ball moving. They need to get the ball rolling again. And if they can find just little bit of
And that's
space,
a go. That's a ball, but it gets intercepted. Now we can
good
see
try. Real
Sociedad on the
Sociedad are
right.
trying.
Sociedad are keeping the possession. They're handling the ball, and it's looking quite scary for Real Madrid.
Had this energy been available to Sociedad in the opening 45 minutes, it would have been a pretty different game, I have to say.
I
And
think.
now, considering that they got a perfectly
Oh my god!
fine goal
What? Oh my god! What an attempt by them! That almost pulled me out of my seat. Wonderful cross and wonderful head attempt, but almost
so you
side.
have to remember you have an injured thumb.
Yeah, that's true. I have that Benzema injured thumb. That Benzema one. What? Okay, fun fact is Benzema has got an injured thumb since the last 2 years, and he calls it a lucky
But yeah,
charm.
I know, yeah, he still wears it as a good sign, as
Yeah,
a
it's a lucky
good luck.
charm. Courtois
Go
finds.
to a long punt forward.
Oh, and that's not able to reach Mariano. Sociedad have the ball. Last 2 minutes of the game. Modric pressing high. Oh, that's a poke to Modric's face. That was nasty. Varane with the experience. Varane should have like done something else at this moment. That was, or maybe
And
he has done
I,
it right. I'm not sure.
an interesting stat here, Arithro, again, that until the 86th minute, Sociedad had one shot and Real Madrid had seven. And pardon, until the 80th minute, and now it shows nine shots for Sociedad and 10 for Real Madrid. I think the tide has changed completely, and they are actually rejoicing. They know that if they get this win, it would be a a pretty good path for them. They just need to keep on winning then, and so does Barcelona. It really has been one of the best title races we have seen in many years. It has been Barcelona dominance for many years in La Liga, but today, this time around, I think it can be a
Did you see
new
that time waste? Did
era.
you see that time waste? Casemiro threw the ball away. Like he literally threw the ball away.
And Modric is having a laugh there because
What was that? I just did some acting. Like it's not a good time to act. The social
oh
goalkeeper
come on, the
taking it.
keeper needs keeper. Come
I
on,
feel it will go. I feel it will go out of the. I feel it will go out of the pitch. The keeper's ball. No, it doesn't.
no,
But it's not that. It's
still
not the
in
best too.
play.
And it's a foul again.
No, it's to Real Madrid. It's a dive. It's a dive.
It's a dive. It might be a dive. Nacho Monreal, one of the ex-Arsenal players.
I think it's almost over. It just needs one more clearance and
This is
it's
the last touch.
game
This is the last
over for
touch.
Real
Let's go, Real Madrid.
Sociedad.
We are tied on the table right now, just away by goal difference. That doesn't even matter. But still, that's a pretty huge advantage for Real Madrid. Last knocking of the game by Courtois. And we'll have a post-match discussion, so please don't leave your seats. We'll have a 5 to 10 minute talk on the game, on the drama, and on the tactics.
If
And
Sociedad can get this away and
it's game
it's full
over.
time. It's full
Ramos,
time.
Ramos with the
It,
vamos, Ramos with screaming vamos, which means let's go. Man of the match, Casemiro. He played quite well, I have to say. He controlled the midfield, like the defensive part, and he's been vital today. What's your thoughts on Casemiro?
well, Casemiro, what can I say about this guy? He was wonderful. Like you said, he was so good in his play, and the way he disrupted the social Real Sociedad defense, the way he disrupted that, it was wonderful. It was actually like he was the one who was responsible for single-handedly stopping Real Sociedad after Ramos went off in the 50th minute. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful performance. He truly deserves that man of the match award. And maybe it is for the best. Real Madrid deservingly. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't have to lie. Real Madrid deservingly are on the top of the table. They're deservingly on the top of the table. Barcelona, they really need to get a season where they suffer a great setback so that they can really get to the senses and invest well next season. And congratulations to Real Madrid. They're on top of the table, though the title race is far from over, but it certainly gives a good advantage to Real Madrid.
So
And
now on the screen we'll show you the table right now. We can see Real Madrid at the top with 65 points. They are ahead on goal difference.
they,
No, wait.
they are ahead on the head-to-head
No,
record.
yeah, head-to-head record. Sorry, my bad. But still, Real Madrid on the top. That's been quite some time I've seen that, and I'm just shocked to see that, and I'm just so happy to see that. It's going to be a very good night for me, and we can see Barcelona with 65 points too, and then Atletico with 52. So it's a big leap
It's a pretty much two-way street here, and let's see
That's
if
just 13 points. Like it's a quite big leap, and then we can see Sevilla with 52 points too. So I think Sevilla got knocked off yesterday from the third place, right?
well, yes, as Atletico just snatched a last cap winner, uh, as Vitolo scored, Atletico Madrid overcome Sevilla's third position, and now they stand in the third. And this is what usually has been the case with the past La Liga seasons, that it has been either Real Madrid or Barcelona at the top, with the second place again being most of the time Real Madrid for the in the past 10 years, to be specific, and Atletico Madrid at third. This has been the case for many years now, and I think this year, to be honest, I really want Real Sociedad to be up there. But looking at the table, Retro, if you can see, Getafe are at 48 points, and Sevilla are ahead of them by 4 points.
Yeah.
And with 8 games to go, and the way Sevilla really responded in the second half against Barcelona 2 days ago, it really doesn't suggest that Sevilla are going to slip up.
Yeah, that's for sure. And it's a pretty interesting like La Liga season this time. Even though the coronavirus hit us all, but this season has been something else. I have to say, like not as a Real Madrid fan, but like all of the season, the games are head to head. They're so close. Like people are fighting toe to toe, and they're so close. It's just so exciting for. I think it's going to be super exciting for like some Real Sociedad fans or some Getafe fans. As of now, I know very few of my friends who are fans of Sevilla or Sociedad, but in Spain, that these things might have gone crazy. Like,
Well, I have to agree to that. It has been pretty long. It has been a long time since we have been treated to such a feisty title race. I think the last time that happened was back in 2016, 17, or uh, that was a long time ago. Not even 16, 17. But it was a long time back, and Real Madrid, like I said, they deserve to be there. They really deserve. They have, both of the teams, Barcelona and Real Madrid, they haven't been the best versions of themselves, but certainly Real Madrid have been the better versions. And I sometimes think that it was Valverde's era during the first half of the season that really costed Barcelona their title. If at the end of the season, if it will be if the Barcelona season is put in jeopardy, because I clearly think that Barca aren't going to win the UCL this season. They aren't going to win the UCL, but if they had one shot at winning something, it was La Liga. They were out of the Copa del Rey by February, and I think they should have done more. They should have done more, even though when Valverde was in charge.
that's for sure. And now let's just slightly move into the post-game talks. So, describe this game in 3 words. That's a challenge for you. Just 3 words to describe it.
Uh, if I had to describe it in 3 words, I just have three words. Yeah, Captain Sergio Ramos. He made the difference in the offensive part and the defensive part. We could actually see the see it was the difference. The difference was very much visible when he went off the pitch. I don't think there were too many long balls that started these attacks like we discussed earlier in the game. There weren't the defense solidity and the leadership after he went off. So a player able to influence the game and his team that much and that effectively, I think it really calls for some praise.
That's for sure. I totally agree with you. And I just love
And
it how you take these Real Madrid games into speculation, unlike some Barcelona fans. So I just appreciate that a lot.
well, we to be honest, we have to be appreciative of the way that you have played this season. Last season, I know for Real Madrid fans it was very very tough to handle, and to come this season roaring back. I appreciate Zidane's effort. I appreciate the whole Real Madrid team. They look like they want to win again, even though even by the slightest of margins, a win is a win.
That's true.
And Aritra, what about your views? How would you describe this game in, let's say, okay, I give you some space, 5 words.
5 words. Let me think.
Okay, this
Okay,
describe
I
this
will do it
game
in
however
four
you
words. Okay,
want.
4 words. It is more than a game. It's simply more than a game. It was something else. This match, full of drama, full of dark stuff, full of goals. Even we got 3 goals.
Yeah, as in it was more than a game also because it was a very decisive
Decisive
match.
match. Yeah.
Had it was the emotions were involved more than the playing styles, the tactical astuteness required. I think it was the emotion that was
Emotion.
more
Yeah.
emotional part of the game and the mental strength that was required to capitalize on the Barca mistake that took place on Friday against Sevilla away. So I think a good game from Real Madrid. No, to be honest, Real Madrid, if there is something to improve, they really need to improve the first half performances. In the past two games, I think it's Eibar. Let's see, three games, three wins for Real Madrid, awesome performances. But in the first half against Eibar, they were brilliant. They scored three goals and quite brilliantly, so they were wonderful in the first half. But in the second half, they were quite damp. They were not getting their play going. And since then, every first half against Valencia, even against Real Sociedad today, it has been a pretty bad performance in the first half. But like you said, Arita, in the second half, they really bounced back. They really looked to get the job done, and that is enough.
I think the
Especially
possible
at this point.
tactic of Zidane is to make the players tired at the first half and don't play aggressive, don't lose the ball, and in the second half you have to be super aggressive and capitalize. So that might be a possible tactic of Zidane.
Well, that is certainly a mental side to look at it. I think it is a very good point you made out here. But yes, I think if you right now, ever since because there was the whole world was in lockdown. The world, more than 50% of the world is still in lockdown. Coming back from such an experience is not easy, and coming back here, winning three games on the trot, and it really needs some applause. But next season, you know, in this period of time, only 8 games are left, and the games are coming thick and fast. Only 8 games are left until the end of the La Liga season, and right now, only thing matters is to just get the job done, just get the win and get out of here.
That's for
And
sure.
but the next season it will really determine. I think next season, the Real Madrid will be judged on both half performances, and they need to improve on the first half once. If they look to make the other 8 games a bit safer for them, a bit sailing through. If they can improve the first half performances, they can actually make a huge difference to their title chances.
Yep, I totally agree with you, and you have put it perfectly into words. And also for your team, next game is with Athletic Club, so that might be a tough one.
That will be a tough game. I have to be. I think Athletic Club is a very stern team. They defend well. They counter attack with supreme authority. But I think, as far as I know, I believe in Barcelona. I believe in what they're doing, and even there's a slight part of me that feels that even though they can't grab the league this season, I think it's fine. I think they really needed, first of all, a change in management, and when the desired thing happened, I think Kike Setty needs time before he's criticized or something. I think even Real Madrid fans can agree with me on this that in their Clasico, the first half was whole Barcelona. They were playing well. Real Madrid were getting dominated by Barcelona. But like Arithur said right now, that maybe Zidane's tactic is to tire the players out in the opposition players in the first half and then blow them away in the second half. Really challenge Barcelona. But if you would have seen that Barcelona are greatly improved from the Ernesto Valverde era in just space of few months. So they are improving. More improvements needed, but I think we'll get to see the Barcelona we want to see next season. And until before that, I think it's all a bit hastiness. That just get the job done. We need, if we can just have a bit of luck our way, we can just win away, go away with the title. And if Real Madrid slip up, to be honest, Barca are just hoping that Real Madrid slip up and they win their games. And Barca have a tough schedule, I have to say. Right now, like Arithro, you said that they have Athletic Bilbao, Athletic Club right now at home though, and then Celta Vigo away. That's a pretty tough game. Though Celta Vigo are relegation team, it will be a pretty tough game. Then Atletico Madrid at home, and then followed by Villarreal at away. So that gives I just gave the schedule of 5 games, next 5 games, and those next 5 games, Barca slip up one more time. It's game over. It's game over for Barcelona.
That's for sure. And today I'm on the social media. I can see people, Barcelona fans, fuming, absolutely fuming, and they're saying, "Imagine the reaction of Gerard Piqué. I think he must have broken his TV or something." And they're just putting out pictures of the Benzema handball, which is not a handball, and the foul on
Yeah, I
Vinicius is
agree.
also
It
okay.
wasn't a handball,
And
but the Sociedad goal which was disallowed was because of no reason.
they say
Absolutely.
it's a handball, but they haven't got any proof. That's some controversial
Yeah,
stuff.
I agree. I agree. I totally agree with you. I totally agree. It wasn't a handball.
It wasn't a handball. I don't know what the heck is going in La Liga right now, but it's good for us at the end of the day.
Well, Arithro, I really enjoyed our commentary again this time around. I hope, thank you, my friends who have been, watching us in the wee hours of Monday night. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate your support. And Arithro, it has been a great experience working with you again.
Same experience for me. It's been wonderful to be with you, to spend this wonderful night with you, and I hope that these exciting matches seem to continue and we can seem to broadcast to it to you guys. And that's it. That's at the end of the day we're here for football and it's a true love. So that's I've got to say. So any final words, Arman?
Well, just that, guys, I know it's a difficult time. If you're watching us right now, I know it's a difficult time to stay in this time of Corona. But just carry on. Just be there. Just keep yourself concentrated. It's just a temporary period. We have to tell ourselves that it's just a temporary period, and we will get through it. So guys, take care, stay at home, take care as much as possible. We will be back for the Barca Atletico game, which is on Tuesday night. And so until then, guys, as always, Arithro will guide you out.
So guys, it was awesome, and if you want more streams and more exciting streams coming your way, don't forget to like and subscribe.